Hi everyone, welcome to Project Binder. This is the dashboard. This is kind of your landing page where you can see at a glance everything that's going on. You're going to have a dashboard that lists all your projects, the amount of those estimates that you have, when they're due, what the status is, any attachments you have will go here, what the next task is and in whose court it is. If you have different users that are working with you, you can say, well, the next thing that needs to happen is this, and this is the person doing it, and it needs to happen by this time. All of these projects in your dashboard, or leads rather, will show up as a total over here, so you can kind of see what's at stake if you are awarded those jobs. Down here is a very light task management system that will kind of give you a summary of everything that's going up here, but only what's relevant to you, and it will organize it in what's due next. And then over here we can add new users up to 4, and up top we have onboarding videos. This will go away once you watch all the videos and check that you've viewed them. And then this is a setup button that will highlight the things that need to be added in order to get the Project Binder to work correctly. We'll go over those in detail in upcoming videos. Up top, we have our navigation where you keep companies in your database, your people, estimates. Projects is coming next quarter, our next phase rather, so stay tuned. We have some really great ideas on what's going to happen there. And then rentals is a prototype experimental feature that is somewhat functional, but it is very tender, so be gentle with it. We'll go over that in another video. Up top here we have the little bug, so if you come across something that isn't working the way you should, or something is doing something that you weren't expecting, please tell us about it here and upload a screenshot if you can. If it's okay for me to ask you more information, please check this box. If you just want me to know about it but want to be left alone, don't check that box. Up top you can review any previous reported bugs and see the status of those bugs. All right. We have the dashboard. We'll bring you back to here anytime. Notifications will show you if a vendor has signed up to work for you, where you can see their rate and their reel and vet them. And if you choose to add them to your subcontractor list, it will import all their information to people, and they will show up as a vendor to select for a certain task. We'll go over that more later. Last button is to log out. And here's your settings button, which will take you into all the different things that we can do to set up your account. Just high level, we're going to go over this in detail in a minute. To attach QuickBooks is here. You can attach Webflow forms if you want those to show up as leads, which will automatically import into Project Binder. You can add the person who sent the email, you can add the company, and then you can add whatever they're requesting as a lead, and then turn that into a full-fledged project. So it reduces a lot of the redundant data entry and cross-platform crap. It just works, which is cool. If you use other websites like Webflow or Wix or something else, contact me, and it would be cool to add more integrations here. We just have to figure out how to do it. It shouldn't be too hard though. Under settings, I'm working on bank settings still. I need to make sure that our databases are secure enough to handle bank account numbers and routing numbers, and if they are, we can put it at the bottom of invoices. Otherwise, we're probably not going to do that. Profile settings will just kind of show all your information, and then if you want to change this background from these mountains to something else, you can do your own custom background. Project folder structure will download a zip file of a bunch of folders to how to organize your projects. That is another video for another time. We have a very robust project folder system that we use. That is the default project folder structure in here. So if you have a project, you can just hit download project folder structure when you're ready to start the project, and it will name it the appropriate project number and the name, and it will all be exactly the same as Project Binder, and then you can put that on your server or your hard drive. And if you want to upload your own project folder structure, you can just do that here and give it some information about how you want to name it. Users will help you add and delete and modify users. We'll go over companies and people in a minute. Company relationship types are basically the types of people that you, or the types of companies you work with, and whether or not they provide a service for you. If they do provide a service for you, check this box. It's important later. Same thing with people. When you add a person, you need to tag whether or not they're a client or a subcontractor or an intern. If they do provide a service to you, check this box. You can tag all of these if you would like for a person or one or a mixed match. It's just kind of up to how you want to do it. It is important for how the app operates, so make sure you do it correctly. Over here, we can go through, there's manufacturers. By default, there's some manufacturers that I work with, or I've used. Feel free to add more. These will be important for when you add rental products. Organizational groups is how you organize everything. We'll go over that in another tutorial. Along with rental products, rental packages, services, these are all going to be videos by themselves. This is very important to how the whole system works. Same thing with units and measurements and default margin and markup. We'll go over that later. This is all kind of the back end of how your estimates are going to be built. So you kind of have to set your framework of how everything's going to work. Starting numbers. So when you create an estimate, it's going to start at an estimate number. When you create a rental, it's going to start a rental number, and then it's just going to add one every time you create a new one. So if you're using a different system and you're like on project 1023, go ahead and type in 1024 here and just pick up where you left off. Statuses are going to be important for the dashboard. That's where you're going to see a list of options to declare what status is on that project. So by default, there's just some, we're creating an estimate, we're in creative, we're writing, we're in pre-production, whatnot. You can add as many as you want, give it a color, and you can organize how you see fit. You can also select hidden, so when you select that the project's been denied, it disappears off of your dashboard. Finally, terms and conditions. This is just a boilerplate statement for the bottom of your estimate. Feel free to modify this as you see fit. Basically, I have it just saying that these prices will be honored for 30 days. All estimates may vary, plus or minus 10%, blah, blah, blah. You get it. Okay, that's basically the overview of everything that we can do at a very, very high level. But let's go ahead and dive in, and I can show you more about this app.